yeah. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
So hey guys, before we move on to the guide, I would recommend you guys to find your own sensitivity rather than copying it from others. I know it takes some time, but it is definitely worth it. So yeah, let's move on to the tips now. So the first thing that you guys want to work on is your crosshair placement. So when you're taking gunfights, or you can say your 1v1s, what you want to do is that you want to be placing your crosshair at the head level of your enemies. This way you will deal more damage and have more chances of winning fights. And another thing I have seen, what a lot of people do is that, like, let's say I'm fighting this bot here and there's a cover between us, right? But what most people do is that they will move outside of it, like move out of this cover, which causes them to waste time on adjusting their crosshair and lose fights. So just remember this, that place your crosshair where you expect your enemies to push at you from. So you want to keep these things in mind because these minor mistakes create a lot of difference in game. So yeah, this is it for the crosshair placement. Now let's move on to the next thing. So the next thing that you guys want to work on is your recoil control. So the key here is to learn the recoil pattern of different weapons and get comfortable with it. So what I mean with it is, in any shooting game there's a recoil pattern for each and every weapon. Okay, so I'll show it to you with the R99 here. So as you guys can see here, if I shoot with the R99 here, there's a pattern in which the bullets are traveling, right? So the pattern is moving up, right, and then to the left, right? So to counter this, you need to pull down, left, and then to the right. This is the way you control recoil of any weapon. Like, you always want to be pulling to the opposite direction of the bullet pattern. So what you can do is that just shoot at the bot from various distances and get comfortable with the recoil pattern, and practice it with the gun you use the most without any attachment. So if you guys have made it this far in the video, then a sub to the channel will be exciting. And the third thing that you guys want to work on is your tracking. So this is the most important thing when it comes to aiming, because if you have a good tracking, then you will be able to shoot at moving targets and connect more bullets onto your enemies. So just go to the custom training mode and go to customization, and you can see these options like stand, aim, sprint. Basically this allows you to set the speed of targets. So first you can practice it with low speed targets, and once you get comfortable with it, just keep on increasing the speed. And out of all these things, you should focus on your tracking the most. And the most important tip is to try all this with movement. Like when you are aiming at targets, just add movement to it, because if you want to be a good player in Apex, you need to have a good movement, plus you need to have a good aim. So yeah. And if you guys are struggling to do any of these, then it might be because of your sensitivity. So just try to try a bunch of sensitivity and see which one suits you the most. So this is it guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.